Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Coming up, a rematch of Super Bowl 50 between the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Panthers had 8-3 now. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. Pass complete to Moore. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Mayfield to Moore for the Carolina 1st. On play action, they'll throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Point it right.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And some room to roam now. And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 55 rushing yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yep, the lanes are there. Go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Matt Ioannidis bullying his way in and sticking him to the turf. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play fake. Mayfield. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards. After one, 7-3 the score. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Wilson getting right back to it after the pick six. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Trying a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And they're going to get this down near the 45-yard line. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. Touchdown, Carolina! Tommy Trimble, 34 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw again on second down. Wilson. That's out to the flat for Gordon. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Wilson. Delivering again to Gordon, and he's got him again. And he will have a Broncos first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 of the 34. A search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Wilson will throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything to hold on to it, but a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
So first thing across my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Phillips now from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Mayfield on play action. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. Touchdown, Carolina! Terrace Marshall, 31 yards. And the Panthers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. They'll get that complete to Albert O. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Wilson. Past the 20. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
On third down, Mayfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Play fake. Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 24. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, the 20, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Broncos. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Now, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1st down, Mayfield. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, just like last play.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Mayfield. That's caught at the 25. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack on 1st down, Mayfield. There's Tremble, the tight end. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And the passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field. But defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. Finding room at midfield.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Wilson.
He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw again is Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They go play action. Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. They find some open field here.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Mayfield.
He's got Anderson on the slant. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. McCaffrey fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Phillips now from the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Darius Phillips on the loose. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Broncos. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Hey, one alert!
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had,
I'm gone. When the members on and get it going, Donkey Kong. They got the hand out, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong, like, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my Cartier used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose it like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been a clown. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the lead, but you ain't hooping around and tearing out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, the only thing you do is veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I say it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no time, cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk, dog, it's a room full of brinds. Royalty that means that it's in my bloodline. All hail the king, made the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I